Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the upcoming transit of planet Sun, which on April 14th will transit the sign of its exaltation, Aries, and it's going to be transiting over there till May 15th. So guys, during this time, this transit becomes very important because once Sun will enter the sign of Aries, not only it is going to get conjunct with Rahu, we will witness the next set of eclipses, but also its conjunction with Mercury, its conjunction with Jupiter will definitely put lot of emphasis and energies in the domain of the Aries. So basis your Lagna, wheresoever the Aries sign is falling in, some sort of opportunities, repressed emotions coming out, fear and vulnerability of acting out of rashness will definitely going to be there. Because guys, when we talk about the role which Mercury is going to be playing in during this time, so Mercury is going to be retrograde from April 21st till May 15th. So the planet which is very impressionable and the planet which represents discriminatory intelligence is going to be in a afflicted and in a vulnerable state as well. And before coming to any conclusion, we have to give attention to the Lord of that sign as well. So Mars is already in a mode of aggression, of debate. Because guys, whether you have to take into consideration the way world is shaping up, like when we talk about the mundane astrology as well. So because this prominence of Rahu, we already have witnessed that a spy balloon incident which happened in US. Over and above that, there is no clarity in the ongoing Russia and Ukraine. And over and above that, there was this recent statement where even Israel is contemplating of provisions of war, like going in a war against Iran without even the support of US. So there is a lot of things which is taking place, whether on a global level or whether in our personal lives as well. But guys, there's one thing which you have to understand, that if your chart is well supported by the energies of a supporting Mahadasha, Antardasha, and you are actually trying to achieve something which requires lot of courage, lot of support, lot of fame and popularity in the domain of Aries, wheresoever it is falling in your chart, so that can also be anticipated. I always say this thing guys, that when we talk about the domain of the nodes, so why we are afraid of them? Because it is very difficult to measure in which scale, in which intensity they will manifest results. Nodes and 8th house is the worst nemesis for all the psychics or astrologer to decode. But again guys, if in your chart your dashas are favorable, these planets, like whether the nodes or the Dushtana Bhav, like 8th house is well supported, the planets over there and the lord of these entities are strengthened, then a lot many times I have seen this thing, that during these time of eclipses or these sensitive karmic zones or time periods, people remain very lucky in landing at something which they have not even expected, or sudden speculative gain, suddenly going viral, suddenly getting a dream job. So lot many things can also be anticipated whenever planets start behaving in this kind of alignment. Like guys, why to go very far? So like what happened, like I'm recording this video on a Saturday morning. So right at the time when I got done with my like Sundarkand, and I was doing the Shani Chalisa and Shani Aarti right in front of the yantra of the Shani Devata. So right at that time, because I was reading this mantra and Aarti and Chalisa from my phone, so I got this message like out of nowhere on Instagram. And just because at that time the omen was that I was doing that prayer, so I just opened that message, and the guy was inquiring about, he has already booked his consultation with me before, but right at that time 844 number of Saturn, when I was doing the prayers of Saturn, his question was that he is very much like kind of inquiring, and he is very much interested in getting into the mining business, and his dasha and the role of Saturn in his chart was supporting that. So obviously I was like, it was a divine omen which is making me a medium where I definitely replied to him as well. So this is how planets and the planetary vibrations operate. So it's not like that it is only going to be hard bent on giving you trouble, but it can also make you recipient for some opportunities as well. A lot will be dependent on your ongoing dashas, your personality traits, and in which sign, in which house this whole concentration of the planets is going to be influencing you. So guys, if you want to understand in general, definitely sun is going to be exalted in its full dignity, and it is going to be getting eclipsed because of the presence of Rahu in the same sign. So whatsoever you want to achieve during this time, during this day of sun, you might have to act out of courageousness. Like audacity is something which this transit of sun might kind of trigger in a lot of people's thought process, in their behavior. Second thing is that anything to do with technology, anything to do with innovation, anything to do with exploration, or getting benefited because of some sort of financial aid, foreign gurus, foreign travel, being in a cosmopolitan environment and getting benefited because of that. So all that can be attached as a theme of this entry of sun in the Aries sign. Because guys, like the way we say that we cannot attach sun's transit as much as importance which we attach to the transit of the slow moving planets, but sun is the ultimate life giver, light giver, whose light all other planets reflect. So the point over here is that in that short span of its transit, it can actually bring the limelight or spotlight in the house where it transit. And if your life's running around, in your life's journey, you are actually trying to achieve something in the domain of that house where sun is going to be transiting in your chart. So in that short span of 1 month, it holds this key to give you result in that area as well. So okay guys, this was just a brief overview about my inputs of this upcoming transit of sun in its sign of exaltation. Now we will briefly look at how it is going to be influencing all the lagnas. So now guys, starting first with the Aries lagna natives. Definitely guys, in your case, sun has got the rulership over your 5th house. That means your charisma, your thought process, your speculative interest. So the lord of that house is going to be getting exalted right over there in your 1st house. So beyond doubt guys, whether you are a student, you are connected with art, entertainment, creativity, and during this time you have to write any exam, you have to give any performance, so there is a strong possibility and chance that things will work out in your favor. Second thing is that guys, because Mercury is also involved or is a part of this transit of sun. So Mercury in your case has got the rulership over your 3rd house of your courage, of your prowessness, and the rulership over your 6th house, which also indicates competition. And with this influence coming in from Rahu, so for recognition, for performing good in any competitive state, this is going to be a very auspicious, very lucky transit for the Aries lagna native. The only thing is that guys, try to give good attention to your health. That is one thing. Second thing is that any sort of negative thinking, any sort of bad company is something which you have to protect yourself from. Now guys, for all the Taurus lagna natives, so guys, in your case, sun has got the rulership over your 4th house, and it is going to be getting exalted in your 12th house. So an angular house lord is getting exalted in the 12th house. So definitely guys, if you're currently operating in the domain of the 12th house, your aspirations are aligned with the domain of 12th house, then you can actually get success, like trying to buy your first home in a foreign land, concerns of citizenship, immigration, research, exploration. Have you been a part of any of the covert operations, covert actions, plannings and all? So getting rewarded for all of your hard work. But definitely guys, because this whole concentration is taking place in the 12th house, and the way Rahu is getting empowered in your 12th house, so a lot many Taurus lagna natives might be driven towards indulging into some unethical acts with lot of audacity. So over there, protect yourself, refrain from becoming a part of any unethical acts. Expenses can go very high, and it's my recommendation that if you are not chiefly operating right now in the domain of the 12th house, in order to honor this energy, any of the charities, any of the voluntary work will be a right way of dealing with these energies. And also guys, because there is going to be a solar eclipse, a lunar eclipse influencing your 12th house. So be very cautious and careful of the kind of psychic communication or kind of astral communication which is happening with you, like suddenly seeing some numbers, suddenly seeing a pattern in your dream. So remain very cautious and very mindful of all these esoteric occurrences around you. Now guys, for all the Gemini Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, as you can see that it's going to be a very beneficial transit for you. Like rather I would say Gemini natives are actually heading towards some very good time. Your third house lord is getting exalted in the 11th house. So guys, it's a very golden time for you to work on your marketing, on your advertising. Nothing could be better than that. If you are a content creator, you are a self-employed person, you work in the fields of sales, media, marketing, so keep your social life active. You would not even believe, you might be kind of rooting for something very small, and suddenly life and circumstances will make you or introduce you to something, someone who is very important, some very big opportunity suddenly coming to you, or because of your social networking suddenly getting connected with some big opportunity. So all that can be anticipated with this transit of your third house lord in the 11th house. So try to remain as courteous to your siblings, to your friends as much it is possible, and give attention to your like public persona, public image. Any of the advertising, marketing done during this time can actually reap some very good rewards. Now guys, for the Cancer Lagna natives, so guys, it's your second house lord which is getting exalted in the 10th house. So whether you are in a banking or finance field, or whether you have your own family business, this could be a very good transit for you. I would say guys that if you are in that stage where you are on a lookout for some new role, new opportunity, or you're experimenting with something in the domain of your professional life, so some sudden results and positive results can be expected. Also guys, like I would say that if in any way, because 10th house tells about our broad daylight public outdoor activities, so any of the performance, any of the addressal to the large gathering of people, if that is needed to be done during this stay of your second house lord in the 10th house, things will work out in your favor. Because guys, at the end of the day, second house also tells about our speech as well. So yes, you will be able to impress your audience with your work, with your craft, with your planning. So overall, a good transit for the Cancer Lagna natives. I like the way I already mentioned this thing. If you are experimenting with something at your professional front, things will work out in your favor, and you should make the best use out of this concentration of planets in your 10th house. Now guys, for all the Leo Lagna natives, definitely guys, it's your ascendant lord which is going to be getting exalted in the 9th house. So one thing is for sure, that you will get the right set of advice, right mentors will guide you in the right direction. Second thing is that guys, because eclipse is getting formed with your ascendant lord, that too in the 9th house. So in any way, if you can show your token of respect towards your father, towards your Kul Devta, towards your ancestors, that will be a very right way of honoring this concentration of planets in your 9th house. And guys, overall, because 9th house tells about divine intervention, this is the house of luck and religion. So if you are in that stage of the life where you are needing that support of the nature, support of the luck, so things will work out in your favor. Any of the important travels planned during this time, any of the immigration related concerns, any of the import export nature of concerns will work out in your favor. So overall guys, with the concentration of 4 very strong planets in your 9th house, this is actually a very good time for you to take the chances. That is all what I can say. Now guys, for all the Virgo Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, it's the transit of your 12th house lord which is getting exalted in your 8th house. So guys, at the beginning of this video, whatsoever I mentioned about suddenness, unpredictability, divine consciousness communicating with us, all of that is getting chiefly applicable for your Lagna. Guys, if I were to say or describe my own life as an example, I have a very strong Rahu right over there in my first house. My ascendant Lord is in the 8th house, very strengthened. My moon nakshatra is also very esoteric, very mystical, which is Sadbhisha. And whatever has happened in my life, major events, whether it's about moving to a foreign land, whether it's about getting formally into astrology or films, television, everything happens suddenly in a blink of an eye, that too when planets were in this alignment. So now you have to be your own judge that whether this uncertainties, unpredictability has rewarded you or has punished you. So that is one thing which you have to take your own call, because guys, I can say things in extreme in either ways. Like when we talk about the positive side, so suddenly some financial opportunity, suddenly hearing voices or divine omens guiding you. Or when we talk about in a negative way, so one thing is for sure guys, that the 8th house Lord is also not a favorable planet for you, and it is right now transiting in your 10th house. So refrain from doing anything during this time which can have a direct consequences on your public life, on your public image. Like any of the unethical act done by you during this time will have a severe consequences. That is one thing which I can say, because ultimately Sun is the planet responsible for our public image, for our fame as well. So yes guys, you have to do your own self introspection. I would say that if you are falling on a vulnerable zone, like your ongoing dashas are also not favorable, natal planets in your chart are also kind of not very well placed, which are active right now in the dasha, then I would say that recitation of Hanuman Chalisa, Sundarkand, and keeping a low profile till the time Sun is transiting from your 8th house is my advice to all the Virgo Lagna natives. Now guys, for all the Libra Lagna natives, so definitely guys, in your case this is going to be a very favorable transit. So because your 11th house Lord is coming in the 7th house and it is getting exalted over there, so that means opportunity and prominent people are coming to you. So yes guys, whether you are in any way connected with the public profile, or you are a politician, you have your own business, so this could be a very good time. But again guys, when we talk about this kind of concentration of planets, it is always filled with initial controversies, scandals, gossips. You do not have to show only bravery, rather I would say audacity. So your bravery, your courage might piss off a lot many people as well, but things will work out in your favor. So overall guys, from the point of view of the Libra, I only have good things to say. But again guys, with this kind of concentration of planets in the 7th house, specifically where trusting with some strangers or new people where there are credibility related issues, and trusting them with big chunk of money is something which needs to be avoided. But again guys, for all those people who are artists, creative people, people connected with politics and all, this could be a very good transit for you. But again guys, there will definitely be an element of scandal, controversy which you might have to deal with. And also guys, in the matters of your relationship as well, your partner might be suddenly getting very empowered. So if you are already in a relationship where there is a lot of the power struggle related issues, so it will be much better to keep a low profile or deal any of the relationship related concerns diplomatically rather than aggressively dealing with them. Now guys, for all the Scorpio Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, as you can see that it's your 10th house Lord which is going to be getting exalted in your 6th house. So again guys, this is a very auspicious time for all the Scorpio Lagna natives who have to write any competitive exam, or you are in a field where arbitrating, solving other people's problem, dispute, health related concern is an integral part of your line of work. You are a cop, you are a lawyer, you are a doctor. So whatsoever hard work you have been doing or you have been putting in from the past so long, so suddenly getting rewarded, and or like I would say all of your struggle is suddenly coming into limelight or making you popular, giving you popularity, all of that can be anticipated with this concentration of planets in your 6th house. The only one thing which I want to say, that if you are on a leadership role and you are already a very autocratic kind of boss, so suddenly your exertion of power and authority on your juniors, on your subordinates might not get along very well. So try to take a diplomatic approach rather than dominating or kind of oppressing your opposition. But overall guys, it's a good transit specifically for people who are service professionals, or if your profession is chiefly connected with the 6th house, or you are a anyway connected with, or you have to write any competitive exam, you have to face any of the competition, so things will work out in your favor. Again guys, this could be a good time to get the loans, but when it comes down to giving your money on credit to other people is something which needs to be strictly avoided. Now guys, for all the Sagittarius Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, it's the transit of your 9th house lord which is getting exalted in your 5th house. So I would say guys, Sagittarius Lagna natives are actually in a position of power. But again guys, there is a thin line between being brave or being audacious. So I would say that because 5th house chiefly tells about the way our mind functions. And although Rahu is brave, courageous, like Om Ardhakaryam Mahavira Chandraditya Vimardinam, someone who is most powerful. But the concern over here is that sometimes this bravery and courageousness of Rahu a lot many times kind of corrupts the mind towards some unethical actions, unethical thought process as well. So that is the one area where you have to protect yourself. And again guys, if in any way you are connected with the domain of the 5th house, you are a student right now, you are working in the fields of speculation, stock market, artist, being a creative person, so this could be a very good transit. Like specifically guys, 5th house tells about the charisma which we have in our personality. So during this time you have to give any performance, you have to address any of the big crowd, any of those concerns, things will work out in your favor. You will be able to impress people with your strategic thought process, with your charisma, with your good debating skills. So overall guys, it's a good transit. The only one thing which I want to say over here is that the 5th house lord is transiting in your 7th house. So in the matters of love, romance, relationship, there could be some sudden contrasting argument which a lot many Sagittarius Lagna natives might have to go through. So my recommendation, my advice to you is that your mind is overwhelmed with too much of the energies and thoughts and ideas which is coming over there. So utilize it for your business, for your profession, for your futuristic vision and planning. If you will put your mind into the matters or the nuances of relationship, you will only end up nitpicking or fault finding, which will make the things go worse in the matters of relationship. So in that domain, you have to be very watchful. But apart from that, for any of the planning, strategy making, performance, charisma, this is a very good transit of Sun for the Sagittarius Lagna natives. Now guys, for all the Capricorn Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, as you can see that Sun has got the rulership over your 8th house and it is going to be getting exalted right over there in your 4th house. So yes guys, there is a lot of inner drive, motivation which is coming in for the Capricorn Lagna natives. You find yourself being in an empowered state. There's a lot of ideas which are going in your mind. All what is required is that first spark, and this entry of Sun in your 4th house might give you that spark. Also guys, for any of the concerns of people who are chiefly operating in the domain of the 4th house as a part of their profession, like 4th house represents public as well. So whether you are a politician, you are a realtor, or you deal with the high-end luxury, so a lot many Capricorn Lagna natives might remain lucky in grabbing some sudden opportunities, sudden lucrative offers. So for the material and financial side, this could be a very good transit for you. Your inner drive is definitely guiding you, putting you in the right direction. Only in the matters of the inner peace, and I would say that while dealing with any of the people within your family environment, just try not to be very egoistic or kind of overly snobbish. These are the few things which I want to say. But overall guys, for the Capricorn Lagna, this is going to be a harbinger of some good news and some good success in the domain of the public domain, or whether if you are operating professionally connected with the matters of the 4th house. Now guys, for all the Aquarius Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Sun has got the rulership over your 7th house and is going to be getting exalted in your 3rd house. So guys, one thing is for sure, that if in any capacity you're operating in the domain of the 3rd house, like working as a content creator, influencer, working in the fields of sales, media, marketing, you are a performing artist, you are in a travel and tour business, commissioning business, so this could be a very favorable transit for you. Second thing is that guys, see, you have to understand the difference of the courage which is attached with different houses. Like the courage which comes from the 5th house, for example, takes up the shape of mental fortitude. But when we talk about the 3rd house, there's a lot of physicality which is attached over there. And you cannot even overlook this fact that the planet of justice and karma is transiting right over there in your 1st house. So be very watchful and mindful of your actions, like trying to dominate someone, trying to bully someone, or like this is a kind of a typical combination where many times, because it's Rahu which is involved over there, Mars is in a state of agitation in your 5th house, so any of the cases of road rage and all of that, so just remain watchful and cautious for not indulging into these kind of unethical acts of showing your dominance in the society. But apart from that guys, when we talk about anything to do with the new ideas, innovative measures, or getting rewarded for all the hard work which you have been doing in, so for all those pursuit and areas, this could be a very successful transit, very insightful transit for all the Aquarius Lagna natives. Guys, in your case, Saturn being in the 1st house actually makes you a very long-term planner, very visionary with your life journey. And with this concentration of planets in your 3rd house, which demonstrates your initiative, your strategies, your planning, and 7th house lord getting exalted in the 3rd house, so this is actually a very good transit, auspicious transit for all the Aquarius Lagna natives. Now guys, for all the Pisces Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Sun has got the rulership over your 6th house and it is getting exalted right over there in your 2nd house. And with this much of the concentration of the planets around the transiting Sun, so it's a good news. Like whether you are in a family business or public speaking is an integral part of your line of work, you are in a fields of banking, finance, this could be a very good transit for you. And again guys, like 6th house which tells about our struggle, our hardship, our daily life. So let's say for example, you are a kind of person who has a long list of struggle, hardship, so this is a kind of a typical transit where your ascendant lord is finally leaving your 1st house. So before leaving it can actually reward you with some financial opportunity or recognition for all of your struggle, or becoming very renowned within your family ties for your contribution. So all of that can be anticipated. I only have good things to say. And again guys, for all those people who are awaiting any of the concerns of final approval on your loan or any of the credit related situation as well, so very good news, favorable news for all the Pisces Lagna natives. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs for this upcoming transit of Sun in the Aries sign and its conjunction with Rahu and other planets. For furthermore updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyawad.